Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Minecraft with me, Ep3, and of course, welcome back yet again to the Swamp Manor. In today's video, I'm hopefully going to be able to complete at least the skeleton of the Swamp Manor itself, and we also need to finally start building ourselves a farm. After 2 episodes, I am finally running out of food after pillaging the local village. So now, we need to grow our own food. It's time to be self-sufficient. So with that, let's get to work. I think the first thing we need to do, honestly, is sort out this side. Before we sort out the back or anything else or start sorting out the inside, we need this wall complete. The reason is, I don't know just how far this patio is going to extend. At the moment, it's huge. It really is absolutely massive for our needs, but I would like it to still wrap around, so it's going to be even bigger. But this way, we have control over this whole area, and it will look nice from the distance, so I think that's the best way to go about things. But I would rather have the building done first so I can see where this patio should end. So this wall is the first thing we need to do. Begin. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, because this is going to be looking over the water, I'm not going to have this section at all. I was considering having a smaller version of this there, but no. Instead, we're just going to have an exact duplicate of this section over there, but then a massive single window, which will be eventually split when we decide how to do the flooring inside. Speaking of which, apparently, using slabs would be a great idea. And honestly, yeah, that does give us a little bit more space down here, which is very, very nice. It's still a little bit claustrophobic, but not as bad as it was. So thank you very much to all of those suggestions. A lot of people recommended doing that, and I can certainly see why. It's certainly a very easy option, and it would work fairly well. Okay, let's just copy this block for block. It's so much quicker to build when you've built something before. Now, I know that's a very obvious statement, but it is remarkably true right now. This took me like 2 minutes and I'm already halfway through, whereas on this side, it took me over half an hour. So yeah, once you know the idea you're going for, everything just falls into place so much quicker. Where it's going to get difficult is filling this section in, because I don't know what I'm going to do. On this side, it's quite simple. I was building the next section, so all of this could just be a tiny window. On this, it's going to be quite a lot. So the problem we had over here is being magnified over here because there's little else going on over here. Lots of over heres. But essentially it's just this. This section here blends way too well and it kind of annoys me to look at. Seriously, I just looked at it and I got, for some reason, irrationally angry at this corner. I do not like that corner. So what we need is something subtle. Something which will make it more obvious that this is going into that and this is not the same piece, despite the fact it still needs to look like one cohesive section. I'm not really making sense, but I want something which maybe is a little bit lighter than this, just to go here, but not stone, so it's not the main edge. Oh, of course, there are the other darker logs, aren't there? I completely forgot about that, because I'm using dark oak logs, which are darker than the other ones, I think. Though honestly, even if these ones are darker, it would still work. Okay, that was a weird ramble. Did that even make sense? That didn't make sense. How did I build the internal structure so differently on both sides? Now, once again, bear in mind, I am going to be massively redoing the internal structure when we get there, so that doesn't matter. I'm just wondering how I've done this. Lathrix from yesterday is a different person from Lathrix today. What are you doing, Oblock? How did I do that? Who am I? Random side note, mending is awesome. Like, seriously, I just saw the durability go up again. It's fantastic. So I got very, very lucky. So we need some more coal, we need some more lumber, because I need to smelt stone, and I need lumber for, you know, to be timber. To be wood. To be that. Feels a bit weird not having a door here, but that I really like. That's going to be really nice on the second floor, and even here just lets in so much more light. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Yes. This patio is so bland. Yeah, I need to do something out here as well eventually. Do I want to change all of these for the panes? Maybe in the future. For now, let's leave it as it is. But definitely wanted panes here, because then that works really well. There's a little bit of a lip there, but that's fine. In fact, what I could do is actually continue this down since we're going to have a basement anyway. That would be an interesting thing to be able to see into. But for now, once again, we'll leave that. So, that's that pretty much done. Still no idea what I'm going to do with this and this, but now we do the back section. That is going to be difficult. Once again, a lot of copying from the front, but I'm not sure how we're going to do the doorway, since the patio I don't think is going to be out here. Yeah, it's going to wrap a little bit here, then end, then all of this is going to be farm, so it has to be flat. Then we'll have a normal fence around it, since I think that'll look nice, because then there's different levels. Guess what I could do is have a nice little stairway onto the patio here, and that would stop me from constantly needing to build up onto the patio rather than run away around. Almost done now with the skeleton. All we need to do is the main section here, and that is that. After that, we can start working on detailing it, we can start working on the garden, we can start actually making it livable inside, all those lovely things you would normally do pretty early on with your first build. But not me. I started with this decking first. Because of course I did. So, how is this done? Okay, I think already I know how I'm going to do the back section. Since I do want it to be different than this, I'm thinking one major window section with only a single log section in the middle, whereas this one has two. So after thinking about it more, I am probably still going to separate it quite a bit similar to the front. So the actual design's going to be similar, but hopefully a little bit more open. And now I've said that, actually no, we do have enough space to make the original idea work. So you know what, let's go with that. So how about instead we do this. Then we can have two double doors, there, and then we either have no support log here at all and have one huge window, or we just have one, which is going with this, which will probably look better if that's a continuous piece then. Yeah, I think that could work, honestly. I think that would look okay. So if we go from here, I will grab those logs in a second. Then loads of glass. Yeah, actually, that would look really nice, and it would contrast the back greatly. Yeah, once we start the innards as well, need to make this all symmetrical, because right now, these blocks are everywhere, because it's been built differently every time I've attempted it, so that's a bit of a problem. Put this like this, and then we'll do the same design here and here, here and here, except for we'll have the doors in the way. So, single staircase, two there, and then the doors. I feel like I'm talking more because I need to convince myself than actually explain what's going on. Okay, that may look incredibly basic, and obviously this bit's not done yet, but I really, really like that. That seems a bit out of place, but that's fine. That seems really nice, yet everything seems great. So, as soon as I'm done with the skeleton, which is very close now, what we need to do, the very first thing we need to do, is remove every block that doesn't need to be in here, because I don't even know how much space I actually have to work with. For instance, some of these here are not needed for certain, these are definitely not needed, there's way more space here than it looks, and it's actually a little bit smaller than I expected, considering how large the build is. At least for me, there's the thing, again, I'm not exactly experienced, I know, a surprise. But for me, this is a pretty big build, and I am really proud of myself, actually. Because it looks nice. Normally, I'll just build a dirt hut. This ain't a dirt hut. There are many people much better at building than me, but when you build something which is better than what you've built before, it's certainly a moment of pride. And I is proud. Boop. Are those windows a bit big? No, they're not. Okay, so let's sort out how we're going to do these two door sections, then we can start clearing out the inside so we can start making it a bit more livable. And dividing it into rooms. I mean, I need a bedroom. So all I've done is just board this up with regular blocks. So, let's sort out all of this then. I'll be right back as soon as I've cleaned out as much as I can. As soon as that's done, we can see how we're going to divide all of this. Really happy to finally be on the inside of this thing. Ooh, I've just realised I've done the windows differently, haven't I? Yeah, on this side, I've put them one back. On this side, I've put them on level. Which one do I prefer? Okay, this is actually a chance to learn. So do I prefer that, or do I prefer them being a little bit more inlaid? if that's the right word. Inlaid, 100%. Okay, yep, we're changing that. That's fine. I thankfully have loads of glass on the go, so we're going to change that. And then, like I said, I'll be right back once I've cleared out all the unnecessary stuff. Yeah, it looks way better when it's a little bit further back. That does reduce our space on the inside, but it looks just far better. And we can do some stuff with the windowsill later. But for now, actually finally clearing up the inside. So, a little while later, and I've cleared out most of the inside and put down some slabs. Apparently, we also have a pet zombie now, we have some pet chickens. I've quickly went ahead and put down all of these fences, and I've wrapped this around as well. Although, I hate how this looks, so don't worry, this is not permanent. I just needed to put something down, otherwise the chickens would get up here, and then, well, they might escape into the swamp itself, which, of course, is not something we particularly want. So, let's have a look-see inside, from the side. So, I've also started to use plant pots. Plant pots are absolutely adorable, and I definitely want to use them way more in future builds. So, I'm going to be using these most likely as window dressing and stuff like that. Probably going to be putting them around here as well, because at the moment, it's just a little boring. Far too many flat surfaces with nothing really going on. I am still really happy with how everything's turned out, but it needs more. Definitely needs to be decorated now, which is kind of my ultimate weakness, little small details, so plant pots definitely going to help. Now, on the inside, I've changed my mind about what I originally wanted to do. I was just going to have slabs all along the top, but now we have slabs on the top and on the bottom. This way, it's just way less claustrophobic. Even when we had slabs on the top, which then increased the size of this, it still felt really uncomfortable to be in here. But now, it's okay, so really love that. However, on the next floor, there is plenty of space, so we can do loads of stuff up here. In fact, most likely this is where we're going to be spending most of our time. I'll have all the crafting stuff here, and only a few things underneath. And finally, we actually have a house which is sealed off for my spawn point. It only took 3 episodes, but there we go. Our starter house is complete, at least in terms of the basic skeleton and the basic flooring. And once again, we can go out here. Hello there, chickens. I would like more chickens, please. Did that chicken just go inside? No, it didn't. You not ready? Oh, no, you are ready, but you just don't care, apparently. You two, get together. Were you too far away? Of course you were. Well, at least you laid an egg, so that made sense. There we go. And one more baby is spawned in. Speaking of which, I think that may be the first redstone contraption I build, or at least the first non-standard build I attempt. I don't know how much redstone it will really have, but what I would love is an automatic chicken farm. A chicken farm which collects the eggs, automatically throws them out, so we constantly have more little baby chickens spawning for free, and then eventually a way to destroy all the adults. Now, I'm certain I've seen a way of doing this a long time ago in which you use lava, and because the chickens are bigger than their babies, it only kills the adults, leaving the babies there to continue their, well, their line. Aw, that's adorable. But I'm afraid you are made of feathers, and feathers make arrows, and I want arrows. Now, don't worry, in the future, I will be looking up redstone videos. Although normally I hate looking up videos and tutorials, redstone is definitely beyond my grasp, at least in general. I just wanted to make sure certain things worked over here, and I wanted to see if the dispenser would, in fact, throw eggs, which it will. Lovely. But today, I would like to see if I can have an automatic chicken farm which constantly spawns in chickens, and then we can kill them using lava, or perhaps just hitting them with a sword as we see fit. Now, of course, if we do this, it would be better if we had 2 sets of chickens. So one set of chickens would lay the eggs would go into the dispenser would then automatically throw the eggs, and then you would have an automatic chicken farm, and then you could destroy the chickens in any way you see fit, including putting lava in a dispenser, which I believe does indeed work. It's a really simple concept. Now, automating this completely, that's where I have no idea what I'm doing, so we're going to find out if I can just make the very basics today. And then in the future, we'll make it way more complex. Because I'm sure there's an automatic way to even cook the chickens if you have an observer, which I've never used before, to check if there's an adult chicken, which will then dispense the lava, and then have a hopper or something to collect the cooked chicken and the feathers. That way you have an automatic way of getting unlimited food and unlimited feathers, and you just need a second set of chickens. I want to do that now, but I'll do that in a future episode. I'm already running out of time. We've done loads around here, just not much stuff to actually add to the video. I just wanted to see if I can get unlimited chickens in an easy way. Wait a second. Would what I want be as simple as this? Now, I know there's better ways of doing this, but just chickens on the top there. Then we have the hopper, which will feed the dispenser. The dispenser then throws the eggs. Simple as that. Then over time, the chickens would add up, and then we could go out and just go plop, and all the chickens are removed from existence. Because they do give a little bit of experience as well. And then I could even just add a lava dispenser there, which I just click a switch with. Is it really that simple? Again, automating this completely would be way more complex, because you'd have to be able to release the lava and everything else. But this would function, right? That is terrifying, and I love it. Death, normal. Death, normal. Okay, so we can definitely do that. Fantastic. And we can definitely make this smaller as well. Okay, so I think I know how I'm going to build this. And bear in mind, once again, I will be looking up guides and stuff after this video, so I'll probably make a second version of this with stuff I've learned off camera. So, let's get to work building this. I think this is going to be fine. Then we just put a hopper underneath, so the chickens die, burning horribly, since the lava will only be out very briefly, since we can manually activate that if we so desire, and then they drop all their stuff into a hopper, which then goes into a chest. Yes, I think this will work out just fine. If I can get this working without looking up any guides, I will be so pleased with myself. Okay, so the first step definitely works. All these chickens are here, living their happy lives. They occasionally lay eggs into the item hopper. The item hopper goes to the dispenser is constantly activated, and we'll throw the egg into here. Now, I know for a fact there's better ways than just having this constantly repeating to activate this. That's something I'll do in the next video. So now, I just want to check if lava will kill the youngster or not. I'm hoping not. Nope, the young one is still alive, but if there's any adults, I believe that would have burnt them alive, and then that drops into an item hopper itself, which then goes into this chest, and then we have cooked food. But yeah, there's gotta be a better way than this, because that constant clicking along with the chicken noise is just horrific. So, during the first test, whoopsie-daisy, I did in fact get a single cooked chicken, so it did indeed work. The problem is, it also killed one of the small chickens, so clearly there's a problem there, so I need to do something to raise up the chickens a little bit so the adults get hit, but the children don't, since I had to allow the lava to go all the way down in order to hit them. Now, the only item I can think of which might work is something like carpet, but the problem I'm thinking is, will items actually go through carpet? Will they go through slabs? I don't know, so let's find out, I suppose. There we go, one problem solved. That no longer resets this. Turns out that little redstone clock, that little redstone circuit, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what it's called, is really easy to hide underground. It's literally just underneath this now. And we have an adult and loads of children. Now I've been breeding the ones at the top. There we go, the adult is killed, we get some cooked chicken, occasionally we'll get feathers, and yeah, that's functional. Again, I'm sure there's a way to automate this section, but it works, and I'm really happy with that. I know this is such a simple thing. I am fully aware of that. This is like beginner stuff, but considering that's where I am right now, I am really happy with that. But with that, I'm afraid I am, oh lord, all out of time for today's episode. If you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Minecraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. We now have unlimited chicken, a really loud system here which needs to be moved away, and the skeleton of our building is now complete. In the next episode, let's be a bit more ambitious. I want to make something complex, and probably fail a million times. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. These chickens are not going to be living their best life, are they? Goodbye.